Hey, this is John Hansen, three-time Natural Mr. Universe, Mr. Natural Olympia for Old School Labs. Today we're going to talk about reaching your New Year's resolutions. And with the new year always comes New Year's resolutions. Today I'm going to give you some tips on training, nutrition, and supplementation to help make your New Year's resolutions a New Year's reality. All right, let's talk about exercise first. I got a few tips in order to make your exercise program successful for the new year. Tip number one is to have a set workout program. When the new year starts, we always see the new people come into the gym, people who haven't been in the gym in months or people who haven't been in the gym in years, and you can see them walking around and wandering around and wondering what exercises to do and what machines to use. So to avoid that, the first thing you should do is have a set workout program. If you don't know how to do it yourself, then have an expert set it up for you. Do it specifically toward your goals and have a set routine so you know exactly what you're going to do when you come into the gym. You know what body parts you're going to work, you know what exercises you're going to do, and you know the order you're going to do them in. This will make it much more efficient and much more effective for you when you start a workout program. Not only should you know what exercise you're going to do, but know exactly how many sets you're going to do, how many reps you're going to do on each exercise, and have a good idea of what weight you're going to use. My second tip for your workouts is to have an exercise journal. Bring a notebook with you and write down your workouts every workout. Write down your workouts for every training session you do. Write down how much weight you use, how many reps you use with that weight, how many sets you do, and what exercise you do, and the order you do them in. When you come in for your next workout, you'll know exactly what you did for your last workout, and then you can try and outdo yourself. You could try to use more weight, or do more reps with the same weight, or maybe even do more sets. By doing this, you can make each workout more progressive than the last workout. Each workout will be a little bit more intense than the last one, and that'll ensure that you'll make progress. My third tip is to go slow. If you haven't worked out in a couple of weeks or a couple of months or maybe even a couple of years, it's easy to get enthusiastic because the new year is here and you have goals set up, but you need to go slow, especially if you haven't worked out in more than a couple of weeks. Your muscles are going to get really sore, and if you get too sore, it might discourage you and you might never come back. So start off slow. If you haven't worked out for a couple months, you might only need to do one set for each exercise just to get the blood flowing and get the muscles used to it. And then you can add each week, add more sets until you get up to where you're supposed to be. But always start off slow. Don't do too many sets, don't use too much weight, just let the muscles get used to the workout and then progress each workout. My fourth tip is to have goals. It's good to have a New Year's resolution of losing weight or getting in shape, but you need to have specific goals to make your workouts really effective. If you're overweight, your goal might be to lose 20, 30 pounds. Set that as your overall goal, and then try to make progress on that each week. Try to lose about 1.5 pounds or 2 pounds a week. That's a safe amount of weight to lose, especially if you're building muscle in the process. If your goal is to get bigger and build more muscle, you might have a goal of increasing your arms by 2 inches, or increasing your chest size by 2 inches, increasing your legs by 1 inch or 2 inches. Set up those goals in the beginning, write them down, and put it in a place where you see it every day. You'll be reminded of those big overall goals as you do your daily workouts, and that's what's going to motivate you to do better each time. For beginners, I would recommend a full body workout. Do like 1 or maybe even 2 exercises for each muscle group. That includes your chest, your back, your shoulders, your arms, your abdominals, your thighs, and your calves. Do about 10 or 12 total exercises. Build up to 3 sets per exercise and train your whole body in one workout. Do that workout 2 or 3 times a week, going every other day, so you're not going on consecutive days. That's a great basic routine for beginners or for people who haven't trained in a long time. For intermediate trainers, I recommend training 4 days a week. Train each muscle group twice a week and split the body in half. You could do your chest, back, and shoulders one day and your legs and your arms the next day. Another split is the push-pull split. You could do all your pushing muscles, your chest, your shoulders, your triceps on day 1, and then do your back and biceps and legs on day 2. So for example, you would do workout 1 on Monday and Thursday, you would do workout 2 on Tuesday and Friday, and then take off Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. This way you're training each muscle group twice a week. It's a great routine for intermediate bodybuilders. You can usually use 2 or 3 exercises per body part without doing too many overall sets, and it's a great routine for building muscle. If you're an advanced trainer, you could train much more often. You can split the body part up into 3 workouts or even 4 workouts. You could do chest and back on workout 1, legs on workout 2, and shoulders and arms on workout 3. After that, you would take a day off and then start the routine again. If you wanted to split it up over 4 workouts, for example, you could do chest and triceps on day 1, legs on day 2, shoulders and calves on day 3, and back and biceps on day 4. You just take your rest days when necessary. Some people like to train 2 days in a row and take a rest day, then train 2 more days in a row and take 1 or 2 more days off before starting the cycle again. Tailor your workouts to your goals and your experience level. If you're just starting off, like I said, I would train the whole body 3 days a week. If you're an intermediate bodybuilder, then train each muscle group twice a week, training 4 days total. An advanced bodybuilder can split the body up into 3 or 4 workouts. So do what you need to do in order to make progress. All right, now let's talk about cardio. A lot of people use cardio to lose body fat, and a lot of people have goals in the new year to get leaner and lose fat. So cardio is usually a big part of everybody's exercise program. Now, to burn body fat using cardio, you need to do low intensity cardio. Whenever the intensity of an exercise increases, whether it's weight training or cardio, the body will use sugar for energy. So in order to really effectively use cardio to burn body fat, you have to have the timing right and you have to do the right type of cardio. Let's talk about timing first. One big mistake I see a lot of people do is when they come into the gym, the first thing they do is they do cardio for a half hour or even an hour, and then they do their weight training. It should be the opposite. You should always do your weight training first. The reason for that is when you do your weight training, you're going to burn sugar for energy because weight training is a high intensity exercise. So when you do a weight training workout, you're burning sugar for energy. That's the glycogen that's stored inside the muscle cells. After about an hour of a high intensity weight training workout, most of your glycogen in your muscles should be used up. If you go to do cardio after you do your weight training, you're going to burn body fat for energy. The body's preferred source of energy is sugar. But if that sugar is gone from your weight training workout, then your body has to use stored body fat for energy when you do your cardio. And that's your goal when you're doing cardio, is to burn stored body fat. So always do your cardio after you do your weight training. Another great time to do cardio is first thing in the morning before you eat your first meal. When you wake up in the morning, you haven't eaten any food in usually 6 to 8 hours. That means your body is in a fasted state and your blood sugar levels are low. If you do cardio first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, your body has no choice but to use body fat for energy because there is no sugar available. As a result, it has to use stored body fat for energy to get through the workout, and that's exactly what you want. So in order to burn body fat when you're using cardio, either do your cardio after your weight training workout or do it first thing in the morning before you eat your first meal. Now, what type of cardio should you do? Well, as you can see at any well-equipped gym, there's a bunch of machines you can use. It's not what type of exercise you do, it's how you do it. So you could use the Stairmaster, you can use the elliptical machine, you could use the exercise bike, you could use the treadmill. These are all great machines for cardio. It's how you do the exercise. If you do the exercise too intensely, as I said before, you're going to burn sugar for energy, and that's going to burn the glycogen. So when you're doing cardio, you want the intensity to be high enough to make your heart rate go faster, but not as high as an anaerobic workout where you're really pushing your body to the limit. In other words, you want to do a fast walk and not a sprint. Once you sprint, again, you're taking the intensity level up so high that you're burning sugar for energy. If you do that after a weight training workout and your body's already depleted of glycogen, you may end up burning muscle for energy. Because if the glycogen stores are depleted after a weight training workout and then you start sprinting and you're doing more anaerobic exercise, your body may have to tap into your muscle stores themselves for energy, and then you may end up losing muscle. So make the aerobic workout moderately intense, but not too intense. If you make it too intense, you're doing an anaerobic workout. This is an aerobic workout. You want to burn body fat for energy. All right, now let's talk about nutrition. Nutrition is a huge part of making progress in any physical fitness routine. Whether you're trying to build muscle or lose body fat, nutrition is at least half the battle. And some people believe it actually accounts for as much as 80% of your progress. So if you don't get your nutrition right, chances are you're not going to make much progress. Tip number 1 with any nutrition program, whether you're trying to build muscle or lose fat, is you have to eat multiple meals per day. I like to eat 6 small meals per day, spaced 3 hours apart. What this does is it makes the meals smaller. Your body can more readily absorb the nutrients. You're not eating 3 big meals. But what's even more important is you're keeping your metabolism going faster. By eating every 3 hours, you're increasing your metabolism because your metabolism has to work every time you eat and digest a meal. If you go a long period of time without eating a meal, your metabolism actually slows down, which encourages more fat deposition or fat storage. So you don't want that. To better increase your metabolism, eat 6 smaller meals a day instead of 3 big meals. This will make your metabolism go faster and you'll get leaner quicker. My second tip is to increase your amount of protein. Protein is the only macronutrient that builds muscle tissue. Every meal you eat should have some form of complete protein in it. Complete proteins are proteins from the meat group or the dairy group. So foods such as turkey, chicken, steak, milk, cheese, eggs, these are all complete protein foods. Every one of your 6 meals should have some form of complete protein in order to build muscle tissue. How much protein do you need? I recommend at least 1 gram of protein for each pound of body weight. So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be eating at least 200 grams of protein. If you're trying to build muscle, you can eat even more, maybe 225 grams of protein, or 1.25 grams of protein for each pound of body weight. The other important macronutrient is carbohydrates. Now, carbohydrates can be classified as either complex carbs or simple carbs. Complex carbs are the carbs you want to eat. Complex carbs take longer to break down in your body and they contain more fiber. As a result, they don't cause a rapid increase in blood sugar, which could lead to fat storage. What happens when you eat a simple sugar, especially on an empty stomach, is your blood sugar level rises very quickly. Your body wants to get that blood sugar level stable, so it takes those calories and shuttles them off into your fat cells, and that increases your fat storage. In order to provide energy for your body but to stay leaner, eat more complex carbs, like oatmeal or oat bran, brown rice or quinoa, sweet potatoes, and Ezekiel bread. The carbs will be broken down slower, and those carbohydrates will be stored as glycogen in the muscle cells. That's what you're going to use for energy when you do your weight training workouts. So focus on eating complex carbs. You can eat complex carbs every meal, just make sure you don't eat too much of them when you're trying to lose fat. And finally, what I would recommend, just like your workouts, is write down your diet every single day. Figure out how many calories you're taking in, figure out how much protein you're taking, figure out how many grams of carbohydrates and how many grams of fat, and write it down every day. If your goal is to lose weight and you're not losing weight, look over your diet journal and figure out what you're doing. Maybe you're eating too many calories. Maybe you're eating too many carbohydrates. Maybe you're not eating enough protein. Your goal is to gain muscle. You have to make sure you're eating enough protein. And if you have a fast metabolism and you need to gain weight, then you might need to increase your calories. You'll be able to figure out what your body needs by writing down your diet every day in a diet journal and keeping track of it. It's the best form of advice I can give you. All right, now let's talk supplementation. We talked about training, we talked about nutrition. Supplementation is the final key that will really help you get the gains you want to achieve your New Year's resolutions. All right, if your goal is to burn fat, the first supplement I recommend is the Vintage Burn. The Vintage Burn is a highly effective fat burner. It's specifically formulated to preserve muscle and strength while you're efficiently helping convert body fat into energy. Also, for burning fat, I also recommend the pre-workout Vintage Blast. Vintage Blast is a highly effective pre-workout supplement whose 2-stage formula is specifically designed to help you power through your rigorous workouts and competitive events regardless of their duration. It also helps you to perform at your highest level and break plateaus by increasing your overall work capacity and pumps. It improves your mental focus and your drive, and it reduces soreness and lactic acid buildup, allowing you to start strong and finish strong. And then the third supplement I recommend for burning fat is the Vintage Balance. Vintage Balance is a high-potency omega-369 product, which means it contains omega-3s, omega-6s, and omega-9s, and it's specifically formulated for active individuals wanting to add a wide spectrum of healthy omegas to their diets. This supplement provides the essential fatty acids from both marine and grain sources, which contribute to multiple benefits, including improved cardiovascular and metabolic health. And a lot of us, when we're dieting, we don't get the essential fatty acids we need because we're cutting our calories. So this is a great supplement to take. Also, an essential supplement for building muscle is the Vintage Build. The Vintage Build is a highly effective muscle builder that helps drive quality muscular development, improve recovery, and increase your strength. This is the muscle building combination of benefits used by the golden era bodybuilders to achieve their signature muscular but lean and elegant physiques. From the very first day you use Vintage Build, it'll support a high quality muscular development, and it'll help you with noticeable improvement in both your strength and your recovery. And then finally, I recommend the Vintage Bliss. This is actually a sleep and recovery supplement. It's highly effective formula designed to provide more restful sleep, accelerate recovery, and reduce soreness. The ingredients in the Vintage Bliss help you to fall asleep more quickly and support quality sleep cycles while stimulating tissue repair so that you wake up feeling refreshed, rested, and less sore the next day. And sleep, of course, is a vital component to growing because we grow when we're sleeping. So this is a great supplement to take. All right, guys, this is John Hansen, 3-time Natural Mr. Universe and Natural Mr. Olympia for Old School Labs. I hope you enjoyed these tips for your New Year's resolutions. I wish everybody the happiest and healthiest of New Year's, and we'll see you next time.